Hey, what's up, everybody? This is VGR. This is James.
And Chris, back with another RaidChat, E3 edition.
Yeah, this time we're doing EA.
Woo.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff. I guess let's go ahead and get started with it. Well, they literally started off with a bit of a Mass Effect teaser with Mass Effect.
That 30-second thing that was pretty much Guardians of the Galaxy Mass Effect.
Yeah, that. Yeah, it was him, somebody flipping through some pictures. I guess he was actually looking at different planets.
Yeah.
And then he found something. He turns around and he has a gun ready for some reason, and he walks towards the camera, and you see the N7.
Aren't you supposed to be like exploring different planets for habitable places for Earth? Wasn't that like the plot that got leaked?
Supposedly,
like a month ago.
Yeah, supposedly. But I mean that still might be a thing. I don't know if it is.
I mean, they had like a very brief moment of gameplay. Like it was like a split second
it was
in there.
Him, like some running around and whatnot.
And driving the Mako tank, I saw they brought that back.
Yeah, dude, I love the Mako.
I wasn't that crazy about it. I thought maybe because it wasn't anything to do on the planets you went to in Fast 1.
That's true. It was literally, that whole part was literally about exploration, but yeah, there was a lot of the planets were completely barren.
Yeah.
Aside from a few Geth or something, or the Maws, the giant worm things. Holiday 2016's, I think, the one they said it was supposed to come out,
yeah,
or
they said holiday next year. So we probably won't see it again until maybe, I think the Spike TV Awards.
Okay.
The GameCom is probably still too early for it.
Yeah, they might show like a little bit, maybe an alternate teaser trailer.
Maybe.
But yeah,
but it wasn't enough for me to say like, oh, I'm excited for it, because I already knew it was everybody knew it was coming.
Yeah, but they're definitely not going to talk a lot more about it until later towards next year. Probably next E3 is when they're going to...
It was a good opening nonetheless. Like, it got people kind of got, hey, we know it's coming, now we're going to show you definitely for sure it's coming.
Well, yeah, because let me tell you, the rest of that EA conference was subpar, honestly.
I think, what else we got here? Need for Speed, what they talked about.
Yeah.
I see you, I see you have down that's very shiny.
What do you want me to say? All of the racing car games, they're just the same kind of game. They might handle a little differently, but they're all shiny. They're all in the rain, so everything is shiny.
I mean, I played a couple of Need for Speed back in the day. I think the last one that I actually played and enjoyed was Hot Pursuit, the one where you could play as cops for the first time.
Okay.
I thought that was pretty fun. But I mean, like Rival and stuff, like they're not bad, but it's like they're just not for me. But I mean, like you said, it did look good. Like it looked fantastic.
It looked great.
It ran smooth. I mean, the cars they handle really well.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think they were saying something about they're not putting as much of an emphasis on, because Rivals you had to stay online. Like that was the thing.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
To actually get the full drummer, you had to be online. This one, I don't think they're going for that this time.
I would hope not.
As far as I can tell, they're taking like the best aspects from other Need for Speed games.
Okay.
Honestly, I thought it looked like Fast and Furious to me.
Yeah, especially like even the little icon was literally straight up Fast and Furious-ish with the silhouettes of the people and then the cars like drifting or tilted sideways. That had Fast and Furious written all over it.
Oh yeah.
Like that's the only thing I thought of.
Let's see, what else they got here?
Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Oh, yeah, it's that new expansion.
Heck yeah.
The Knights of the Fallen Empire? Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a whole lot of... They're pretty much pushing aside the MMO, at least from what I can guess.
I'm okay with that.
It's... Yeah, it's
because let's be
solo
honest,
campaign.
When you play the Old Republic back in the day, because I played maybe like through one of the campaigns.
Yeah.
Literally, with the whole time you play it, it literally doesn't feel like MMO. And I feel like at the same time, BioWare didn't want it to be an MMO.
Yeah, because the whole purpose was, you're supposed to...
Because don't you get party members?
You can.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah. You get a little follower guy. But yeah, the whole game was supposed to... You can be with people, you like be with a party.
Yeah.
Or you can do everything alone, because, they want you to feel like that, I'm a powerful Jedi or smuggler or whatever. I can do this. And then...
Well, I play as a bounty. I never actually played as a Jedi.
I played a Jedi Knight, but I was evil. I was
an evil Jedi Knight.
Heck yeah. I was back when the lines were blurred between Sith and whatnot. But
I mean, I will say, because I did play with a couple friends back in the day with it, and I liked how they did the conversations with it. It was like, oh, if you're playing with somebody, like when you're talking to somebody, like they can chime in on the conversation too.
Yeah, I love how they handled the whole chat thing. Where
Mm-hmm.
like when it came to a decision,
Yeah.
You picked what decision you wanted, and then it went for, it picked randomly between you and the 3 other people, and then it was like, okay, well, we're gonna go with this one because it won the role for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But you still got your, say, the choice overall was good, but you still got your negative points because you chose for example, the first instance, you chose to throw the guys out the airlock instead of, leave them in, because that's what I did. Threw them out the airlock. But
but once again, going back to the new stuff they showed, once again, BioWare shows that they can make a hell of a trailer.
Oh yeah, the 2, I guess, brothers definitely.
Yeah.
They were supposedly, the heirs to this supposed third empire.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome. I love that. It showed them growing up and learning, and then something happens, and there's some big betrayal right there.
So there were a bunch of new enemy factions that followed them, right? Like once they got older, they had
think so,
actual little armies.
But there was the biggest new faction. That was the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they said anything about the name. I guess it's just called the Fallen Empire. I don't know. But their armor was definitely. It kind of reminded me of samurai-ish.
Yeah.
But it also, like, the way they had their hats and the big shield reminded me from the big guys from Borderlands. The dudes with the doors. Yeah. That aesthetic reminded me of that, but I mean, new companions. They said.
I don't think they showed any of the new companions though.
Maybe they did. When they said new companion, they showed one of the red Twi'lek girls.
Yeah.
So I would assume that would have been one of them. I don't know. We'll definitely have to see.
It is free to subscribers. Like, if you're subscribed, you don't have to pay anything for it. I mean, otherwise, if you're a free to play guy, I guess you would pay for it like you would like a DLC.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's a good way to do it because you're paying back to the people who keep subscribing to your game.
Honestly, I didn't even know they had many subscribers left. I thought everybody just went to free to play.
Yeah. I mean, with the subscriber, you get like a bunch of extra perks apparently, but it's free to play if you don't want it to. So I mean, that's a good thing. And it comes out on the 27th of October. So yeah. I mean, hey, that's
so something to look forward to for a Star Wars fan. I get Star Wars fix.
Yeah.
Now this next up, this new game, it honestly got my attention. Unravel.
Yeah. That real quick before we start talking about the game. The poor developer guy was so nervous.
I don't think he was so much nervous. Because toward the end of it, I think he's very emotional. Because I feel like he thought that no one would really care about it, about his
people
game. Like people blew up by his game. Like everybody's in love with it.
Oh yeah.
And I think because it's hard to realize a lot of people you see all these games with explosion, action, but games like Walking Dead, and especially this trailer they showed, people like emotional things.
Oh yeah.
Even I've been like, no, that game definitely had to it's going to be a very emotional roller coaster for that game.
And then he added, I was on vacation with my family, and he added that to it, and it's just it kept gripping you. And then he's like, the whole yarn represents, everything you're tied to, what makes you you, and everything. I was like, holy shit. As soon as you said that, I was like, this is going to be a super emotional game. I know I'm going to cry like a baby at it. I'm like, ah.
I mean, it looked great to me, though. What's the game I'm thinking about? I know you can use the yarn to kind of reach across and kind of stretch around.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell, I don't think there really are many enemies in the game. It's more you're just trying to get through the level, get through obstacles.
I said it was a puzzle platformer, so yeah. I mean, you saw I guess it was a gopher that was chasing you through the tunnel at one point.
But it looked like you just ran away from him.
Yeah.
So like I said, I mean, I'm not surprised because you don't really look like it. I mean, you're made of yarn. I mean, there's really much you could do. Plus, you're in a real life setting. It's not it's not like you're in your own world. You are in the real world.
Yeah, because it would show that one scene where the car kind of runs over your string.
Yep.
I was like, my heartstrings.
Was it Yarny? That was his name.
Yeah.
Don't be careful, Yarny.
And what made it even when the guy pulled out the Yarny from his coat, I was like, oh my god.
And really, he made that himself and everything.
Yeah, he made it himself.
You can literally tell by the way he wanted people to feel what he felt with this guy.
Oh yeah.
And I think he's going to get what he wants out of it.
Oh yeah, I'm damn near 100% sure that people are gonna love this game when it comes out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's gonna be like any of the other, kind of indie-ish games that are really emotional.
I mean, honestly, it had a Little Big Planet vibe to it to me too.
Yeah, kind of.
And that's never a bad thing. So I mean, kudos to you guys. I think I'm gonna play your game. So.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Next up, Plants vs Zombies: Garden Warfare 2.
Oh yeah. There we go. I mean, I kind of played a little bit of the first one.
I loved it.
Yeah. Was it they introduced apparently 6 new classes?
Yeah. I like the rose one. It's like you're like a mage or something.
Yeah, that one looked pretty cool. There was the super brains.
Mm-hmm.
The superhero zombie guy that was.
If you already,
so funny.
I will say, if you already didn't know, like Microsoft did pretty much announce this game at their press conference, but EA went into more detail.
Yeah.
Like EA was the one that showed more of the classes. Yeah, like Jane was saying, the super brains.
Yeah.
And the rose person, I think there was like a giant orange too. That pretty much the tank for the plants, and the zombies had the robot.
Yeah, the little imp. The imp, yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently that was, I don't know if it's just him that can summon the thing.
I think it is just him.
But that little imp thing was cool. She's the imp zombie.
I will say that new mode that they showed, pretty much, I can't think of the name of it, but it was pretty much Garden Ops Reverse, where pretty much you played the zombies defending against the plants.
Graveyard Ops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was really, a lot of people wanted that in Garden Warfare, the first one.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it looked really fun. And surprisingly looks better. Like, it's not by much, but I mean, maybe because they add new stuff, like, everything seems to run smoother. And the maps feel like a lot bigger than they did in Garden Warfare. They're more open-ended. It looks like you have a lot more areas to kind of get to.
Yeah, it definitely looked, I mean, I've seen a couple of the different levels from either watching you or some Let's Plays.
Mm-hmm.
The levels are, they're kind of big, but they look huge in this one. Just seeing the one that they showed. And then there was that, the little random roulette thing. I don't know what that was about. That popped up the.
Oh yeah, I mean, Garden Warfare did that too. Pretty much, it's like a little random event that happens.
Okay.
Like sometimes, like they showed in this new trailer that the plants got some kind of like tree trunk dude or something.
Yeah.
Whereas like in Garden Warfare, it could be like, oh, you summon the zombie boss, pretty much like this big muscle ass zombie.
Okay.
So it's kind of like. It's, depending on what that does, like sometimes sometimes it helps you. Sometimes like you have to face like double the wave on this wave or something.
Okay.
It pretty much they try to keep it fresh.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
And one thing they did say about it, like they did solo play now, so you can play by yourself and you can play local split screen. You couldn't play by yourself before.
Yeah.
That was the thing. That's what kind of sucked about it.
That's a good thing because I mean that kind of game, it's kind of funny, wacky.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, oh yeah, it's great looking, it's supposed to be fun. Those kind of games to me are supposed to be played in the living room with at least one other friend.
Yeah.
Because that's like, for example, that's Nintendo's thing with for the most part. But yeah, I mean that's.
And they've already said we're getting pretty much free content updates every time there's a new map or anything. Which they did that with Garden Warfare. Like, every time there was a new map, everything was free.
Okay.
Like the only thing you had to pay for was like EA does with everything, where it's like the packs.
Okay, gotcha.
Which they were just like character skins and stuff like that in Garden Warfare, so it wasn't like too bad.
Okay, and the character transfers.
Oh yeah, if you already have like leveled up characters from Garden Warfare, you can transfer them over to the new one. Like they did say you can't transfer all of them.
Oh,
so you can transfer like a good bit of them.
Well, that's still handy because instead of having to level up the same soldier class zombie all the way back up.
Honestly, it takes a long time to max them out.
Oh, really?
Because you have to do different little challenges to get them leveled up quicker.
Gotcha. Okay.
But it comes out spring next year, so
okay.
Another one spring.
I mean, definitely.
Spring is definitely gonna be a busy one this time.
Oh yeah. Well, so is the fall this year.
Mm-hmm.
Our wallets are gonna be completely empty.
Let's see. Now they did a little sports section. So the thing they announced a new NHL game. I think what was it? A new Madden game.
Yeah,
it was NBA Live.
A new PGA Tour. It wasn't Tiger Woods this time.
Yeah.
It was forgot the guy's name. His last name starts with an M. I'm bad with sports guys.
I can't remember either. It's a golf game. You look it up. But And they also, I mean, I'll admit, the whole when they brought Pele to the stage wasn't bad.
Oh yeah.
The thing.
It was definitely a surprise.
Yeah. And the thing about EA's press conferences that they do every year, because they always do a section for sports. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, because I mean, that's where their most of their money comes from.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that if you want people to be interested in it, you have to make it interesting, like make it fun.
Yeah.
Don't just do like, oh, we got this, we do this. Like, you're not showing anything new to get people excited.
Yeah.
And what killed me, we'll talk about this toward the end of EA's. But it's the fact that they literally end up they end up just waiting it out. That's why they made Battlefront last.
Yeah,
because they knew people would wait for it.
I mean, even if I was interested in sports, the whole sports section to me it seemed way too drawn out.
Yeah,
like way too long.
Like I said, that's where most of their press conference was.
Yeah, I mean, they even said I think it was EA that went over by like 25 minutes or so, nearly half an hour. But I mean, that was there. There was also the straight Twitch issues during that whole thing.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that when we get to Star Wars.
Yeah.
They talked about. We won't stay on this topic long either, because I mean, you probably can figure it out because EA always does it. They talked about mobile.
Yeah, they're mobile games.
Because I think what was it? They showed Minions in Paradise. Like it's kind of like you can pretty much.
You're the reject minion.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you do that? You are the reject minion. But then apparently it's your job to make friends with everybody because you're the reason they're all stranded on an island.
I think you can like build different stuff. You can kind of make them happy.
It looked pretty interesting.
It definitely looked like a time killer game.
Yeah.
And then they showed a new Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes game for the mobile.
So that was pretty neat.
Yeah.
Because they did say they were going to introduce a new Star Wars game. I didn't expect it to be on mobile, honestly.
I honestly did. Like the EA is pretty confident when it comes to mobile.
That's true. But yeah, I totally wasn't expecting it. Let's see, what else did they go over? Before we get too far away, speaking of mobile stuff, they came out with for the sports stuff, their Ultimate Team's manager app.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't, instead of having to just sit in front of your
camera,
your Xbox
Connect,
or whatever the entire time managing your teams for your fantasy football. You can just do it from your phone.
Yeah, because during the conference they had, who the hell was that? What was that guy's name?
The Hoop God.
Who the hell is that?
I don't know. I'm assuming he's a big a sports game
because
player.
I literally tried to look him up on Twitter, and I was like, there was nothing. I could not find. I was like, who the hell is this guy?
Did you spell the last part right?
Yes.
God.
Yeah.
It's Gawd is how he says it spelled. It's not God, it's Gawd. Yeah.
I don't really know. I mean, maybe I wasn't paying attention. Was anybody in the audience who were they excited? I feel like it would have just been better getting Snoop Dogg to do it, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, well, get what's his name? Get Shaq. He don't do nothing anymore.
Yeah,
I would have been happy to put Shaq up there, but I don't know who the hell the Hoop God is.
I don't know either.
But
I don't know either.
What was it like? Like he's like, damn, my face is in there.
Yeah. I mean the scanner thing,
cool.
That was pretty cool. Was awesome, actually. Cool. It transferred pretty well to the game.
I hope a lot more games take that. Instead of like, for people who can't quite afford a connector, the PS4 camera. Like I hope, everybody has a cell phone. Everybody has a smartphone. I gotta hope they make it where the apps can do that.
Yeah.
Especially with as good as cameras are on these phones these days.
Oh yeah, you can't not have a good camera nowadays, pretty much.
Let's see. They did finally announce a new Mirror's Edge.
Yeah.
Which I know that was rumored a couple days ago. Apparently they were rebooting the series. But it looks like they're not so much rebooting it, it's a prequel. It's showing how Faith, like how she became.
Yeah. I mean, I would say it looked great, but around this time's when Twitch started having issues.
Yeah.
And we kind of got to watch the trailer a little bit later, and
we did end up watching it. It did look good.
Yeah.
Like they already said, it's gonna. I think they said it's coming out sometime. What did they say? Did they say release date?
If they did, I didn't catch it, honestly.
I want to say it's probably not this year though.
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, it might be this year. Again, Twitch and everything kind of messed up on it. So
yeah, like Twitch messed up apparently on everybody.
Like,
Twitch went
Twitch
down,
crashed.
Like completely. It was. I mean,
I don't know if they got DDoSed or what, but
yeah,
something
because
hurt
we had to end up going to watch it on
On the YouTube game.
Yeah, on YouTube. Because, woo, man. Oh, yeah, it was called Mirror's Edge Catalyst is what it was called on Mirror Edge 2. But, available February 23rd, 2016.
Okay, so I figured much wouldn't be this year.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see that they're finally bringing out a franchise that a lot of people have been begging for since the first. Like, I played a little bit of Mirror's Edge. It just wasn't my kind of game, but I mean, I can see why people like it. I really can. You know, it's nice to see that finally, oh, hey, let's bring back a game that everybody loved.
Yeah. And then they, apparently they added, it's not just pure white buildings and a guy every now and again. It's actually detailed, textured, colorful areas. So they're definitely adding the things that, their fans want. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be a great game.
Oh, yeah.
And then, the big one that everybody was waiting for during their whole E3
their whole little conference.
Yeah, Star Wars Battlefront. This game, I mean, it looked great.
It did.
Let's see it's apparently one of their big modes was they had the camera switching between the Empire and the Rebels for a while. So that at first that kind of confused me. I was like, what is happening? But after, I understood what was going on because they were changing, giving you both sides of that view. I was like, okay, all right. Then they were showing ground combat, the walkers, the AT-ATs.
And you got to control those, too. That's what was great.
Yeah. Oh, my God, yeah. Oh,
now, it makes me wonder, you probably saw in the trailer, it makes me wonder how big are the actual masks? Just judging from the trailer, they didn't look very huge. I mean, again, I might be wrong. Because again, they may just didn't go out far enough because the fighting was just right there.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, and they honestly, I don't think they really showed that whole much of an area.
Yeah,
they were focusing on this is what the combat kind of looks like.
Yeah,
which I mean, that's fine. Show the combat a little bit now. Get the the more let's see how big the fields are. Then get that a little bit out later, especially since there's Gamescom still.
Yep.
But
I mean, it's coming out this year, so
yeah.
I mean, like I say, I love the fact they can go from third to first person. I'm glad they brought that.
Oh, dude, yeah, that made it look just instead of it being you're in first person if you have a gun, or you're in third person if you're a Jedi. Just switch.
When you're a Jedi, you are in third person.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that kind of makes sense unless you want to go all Skyrim on somebody.
I prefer to be third person when I'm being an actual iconic character.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it looked great though.
Oh, it
looked. I was skeptical about it first, and I still am, because knowing EA, they're gonna make it where it's oh, you want to buy this special thing, you need to be they're gonna put microtransactions in it. They're gonna put it in there hard.
I hope they don't, but I mean,
regardless, other than that, the game looks great. It looks beautiful. Kudos to DICE. When the full game comes out, I feel like everybody's gonna go buy it like crazy.
Yeah. Let's see what else. There was the X-Wings and the
TIE
Fighters. The whole dog-fighting thing. That was awesome.
Yeah. And I mean, they look like they control good. I mean, honestly, people can say what they want to. I think helicopters in Battlefield control like garbage. These actually they control pretty damn well.
They showed was it the TIE Fighter weaving through that that canyon. That thing handled amazing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, wow. And then it was showing the AT-AT. I was like, oh, well, this little thing needs to be taken out. And they did the orbital shot. What? I don't remember that from the movie.
I was kind of hoping they would be space combat in it, because I remember originally back in Battlefield 2, they were like, oh, Battlefield 3 is gonna have space combat. People actually battle in space while you're battling on the ground and stuff like that. I mean, it's whatever, I suppose. But I mean, regardless, hey, I cannot wait till it comes out. Hell, I'm gonna
December, right?
November.
November?
Yep.
Okay, well, all right. Well, it's definitely this year for sure.
Yep.
So that's a great
another
thing.
game to chalk up to the holidays.
Oh yeah, holiday. They know when to plan their games. I'll tell you that. Everybody does. Because Jesus.
So I'd say for the last few words, EA, they did okay, but it's they definitely have done better years before. This one, they didn't focus enough on anything that was interesting. Battlefront and Mirror's Edge were like their main two.
Yeah.
Because Plants vs. Zombies was good, but it's like Microsoft announced that.
Yeah.
So like the hype for that had gone away a little bit, and they showed some. I mean, it's just I don't. Garden Warfare is not one of the things like, oh man, I have to buy this. Like people want like Battlefront, Mirror's Edge. They want to see more Mass Effect, and it's like they didn't really show anything really. They didn't show anything that you already didn't know was coming. I think the only thing that surprised you was Mirror's Edge.
Yeah, because that was a bit of a. The one thing I wish they didn't do during the conference was that little bar at the bottom that said, "Oh, this is what's coming up next." That kind of took away some of the surprise.
It's because they kept saying, "Oh, Battlefront in 30 minutes, Battlefront 15 minutes." It pretty much at that point made you feel like, okay, are y'all just filling this in to get to Battlefront? Because I'm trying to make sure you're still here watching.
Yeah.
So, like I said, for my last few words is, they didn't do terrible, but I mean, if I had to grade them, I'd probably give them like a C+ or something. They could have done.
So far,
they definitely could have done better, but I mean, we'll say they played safe.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely at this point, currently Bethesda's definitely at the top.
Oh,
Microsoft is pulling strong, and EA, man. Oh, jeez.
They just better be lucky they had Battlefront.
Yeah. Whoa. But guys, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Raid Chat, E3 EA edition. Like it if you like the video. Click the subscribe button.
Hit likes.
Yeah, likes. Share us if you think, or you like us and you want other people to listen to us talk. And do whatever stuff in our Let's Plays. Definitely. Appreciate it. We will be signing out until our next episode with, who is it? Ubisoft.
Ubisoft is next.
We'll see you again for that Raid Chat.
Alright.
Have a good one.
Bye.